19th of October, racing out at Turffontein for our local race meeting. 8 races on the inside track, and our first race this afternoon is due off at 12:10. Now, Daryl Marie will be joining me, and hopefully he can find us some winners. It doesn't look like the easiest card, but hopefully he can find us some value, etc., etc. But we're going to start off here with race number 1, where the bipod starts, PA race 2, pick 6 race 3, jackpot 1 race 4, and jackpot 2 starts in race number 5. So race number 1, blinkers go on number 1, Golden Argo. That is the only change. Firstly, welcome to you. Lovely to be working with you again.
Yeah, thanks, Lyle. Hopefully you can help me get out the second box.
Jeepers, yeah, well, maybe you can help me get out the 5th box.
Yeah, sure. It hasn't been a great week, but we are going to end on a high.
We have a lot of seconds, you're right. I know I have as well. They all come second, and yeah. If they came first, we could retire.
Yeah, the track configuration hasn't been posted yet, so I don't know where the false rail is going to be. I don't know the course condition. I know it will be good.
I think it will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we had a bit of rain. I mean, the vol on Thursday was 23, so a bit of rain helps.
Yeah, absolutely.
So probably looking 22, 21, give or take. Yeah.
What I can say in the opening leg, I'm either going to be shot down in flames or I'm going to survive, because I banked the first time in the first leg. Reason being is I'm not a fan of any of these form lines, and I do believe if this first timer has got any amount of ability, she should run in the first 2. She's got the draw to beat. She's found some anti-post support. I saw as big as 16 to 10 when she was first priced up. I think she's in the region of
11 to 10.
11 to 10 now. Lyle, I want to know if you remember her Grand Dam. Tracy's Elements Grand Dam. Tracy's Element.
Yes, Tracy's Element.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Now, she obviously won the computer form sprint, the SA Philly sprint, so there's a lot of speed on her dam side. And, Sean Terry's juveniles, or not this season a juvenile, sorry, first-timers, can certainly make winning debuts. I mean, especially if they fancied. So, in this lineup, I'll be shocked if she misses the first 2. I hope she is fancied and that we get through.
I'm going to quickly back you up there, because I just looked at this race with you. I mean, it really is not strong at all. 6, 7, and 8, all the trainers said that we'll need the runs.
Exactly. So there's no confidence from the other first timers.
Yeah, the money's poured onto the 10. It's drawn 1. Predatress, lovely name as well. I think you spot on here. So we're going to bank it at 10 in the first leg of the bipod, because nothing else has form. 1, 5, and 7 leg 2, 5 and 7, 2, 3, 5, 1 and 2, 2 and 6, and that's just 72 Rand if you go with Daryl. Bipod starts in race number 1. Race number 2 is where the PA gets underway this afternoon at Turffontein on the inside track, 1,000 meters, and it's off at 12:45. Jot that time down. Changes here. Blinkers on number 4, Thunderbird. So 8 runners. The betting has them quite close there. Number 7, Rhonda Bosch, returning from arrest, 12 to 10. Let's Play Poker, returning from arrest, 22 to 10. And then the horse that's running well at the moment, number 5, Quacker Blitz, is at 5 to 2. It's 10 to 1 and better bar. You and I were just chatting off air before this. It looks like a race in those 3, and we're not quite sure which way to go.
Yeah, I actually think they'll run first, second, and third. If I knew the well-being of number 7, Rhonda Bosch, I probably would have made him my best bet on the card. I think he's got the strongest form lines by far. On debut, Lyle, you ran behind Pistol Pete against winners. The second, let me just pull this up. The third horse I recall was Greatrix.
Yes.
He came out and won his next start. And the second horse was Fire Attack, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so he's got good, strong form.
Yeah, strong form. And that was against winners. Then next time out, around the bend at Turffontein on the inside track, he didn't get a clean break, but he recovered well. And himself and the winner pulled well clear of the balance of the field. It's a smallish field, so I'm hoping he doesn't get caught out wide. But I certainly believe he's got the strongest form by far. But I do have respect, because Quacker Blitz is in good form. Let's Play Poker. We know he's got the ability, but he's been very costly to follow.
He has been.
Now, they've met in the past, Quacker and Let's Play Poker, behind Tyson the Brave. Now, Tyson the Brave, if you remember, I think he was returning from close on a year's layoff.
That's right.
And Quacker Blitz got the best of Let's Play Poker. I wouldn't be surprised to see Let's Play Poker reverse the form. Yeah, so in order, I'm actually going to go 7, 1, 5. If number 7's fancied, Mr. Terry always gets a good horse for the Becks.
That's true. And he has them ready when they come back from rest.
yes,
He
yes.
does.
He doesn't want them to come back and run midfield.
Correct.
So yeah, so in order 7, 1, 5.
All right, so 7, 1, and 5. And Daryl and I were chatting off air. You could possibly even bank at the 7 closer to the time if you saw the horse, heard a comment from Sean. But for now, we're going 1 and 7 by 5 and 7, 2, 3, 5, 1 and 2, 2 and 6, leg 6, 2 and 9, leg 7, 3 and 4, and the cost 192 Rand. Whenever you see Daryl not putting a banker, you know that it's not the easiest card out there, but that's very affordable. Starts off in race number 2. Race number 3, don't forget this is an 8-race program at Turffontein, so get your pick 6 on in race 3 at 13:20. This is a maiden plate over the 1600 meters. Number 1, Jabberwocky, gets a tongue tie on after that very much improved last run. That is the only change at this stage. 11 runners will be going down to the start for the first leg of the pick 6. Your betting is number 5, Dance King, the son of Global View for Waichong Mowing at 22-10. 35, 7-2, number 7, Milan's World. The 1, Jabberwocky, is at 11-2. 13-2, the price about number 4, Clear the Path. Brett Crawford Stables also started off with a bang this season. And then at 7-1, Robert Browning. All right, so we need a bit of help from you here, that's for sure, because obviously the Dance King, that was a very strong run behind Heather's Boy. But do we play light or do we go a bit wider?
I played light. Shame poor Washong. He had a shocking day yesterday.
Yeah.
Whatever could have gone wrong went wrong. I mean, okay, the odds on got beat.
Yeah.
She had every chance. The Apprentice in a 5-horse field got caught 6 wide.
Yeah. I said to you, Shalom, it was 4 wide in a 5-horse field.
And then Khalida got taken out. Listen, it was a beaten horse, but it was just a horrible day for Washong.
Yeah.
Dance King, comeback efforts. Wasn't the strongest of field, but stayed on nicely. Then he built on that effort. He's now having his peak run. Heather's Boy, I mean, the word is out, this is a superstar.
Yeah.
Ichacho, who ran second in that race, came out and ran second.
Correct.
The winners from that form, what are they? Zafar.
Well, there's been Zafar one.
Zafar won.
I remember I liked that when it came out of that.
He actually ran last in that race.
I think he did.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he's franked that form, and Hair Trigger won easily next time out.
Yeah.
So yes, a lot's in his favor. This horse number 7, Milan's World. Now, I'll be the first to admit I've expected much more from him because he caught my eye on debut. He should have finished closer. He got interfered with. But he's been rested and gelded. And that's what catches my eye. In his penultimate start, Lyle, there have been quite a few indirect winners. And winners. Diwali Rocket won and Orange County won from there, and he was sandwiched in between the two of them. I think he's very fit returning from a short layoff because Mr. Terry has put him into a mile. Striker from a 1 draw, that's already half the battle won.
Yeah, that's 2 lengths.
So if he's come on for the gelding, I think he could be the one we can focus on over here. But health respect for Dance King, I think he's primed for a race like this. So I've only gotten the 2 of them, 7 from 5. I don't know, do you give chances to anything else?
Maybe Jabberwocky after a very good run last time, but like you said, the form lines are there to, obviously the 5's got the form line, the 7, Sean Terry, this time of year, we've got to be so careful, much respect, right? Okay, so anyway, Daryl's playing light here, and you've got to take your chances. 5 and 7 could be the right 2 here, they could come first and second. By 2, 3, 4, 5, by 1 and 2, 2, 3, 5 and 6, 2, 5, 9, 1, 3 and 4. 576 Rand is the cost there, and that is race number 3 at 13:20. Race number 4 is a maiden plate for the fillies and mares over 2,000 meters. Start of jackpot 1 this afternoon. Daryl's got a jackpot for us. I will give you the form updates. Number 6, Regina Maris, ran on Thursday, finishing 9th, 23 lengths behind. Whether she'll take her spot or not is obviously debatable, but there are 10 runners that will be going down for the first leg of our jackpot 1. Betting as number 2, Quello Che at 2-1, 5-2 number 3, Fetching Flyer, 7-2 number 5, Lunar Rainbow, 7's about number 4, African Beauty, and then it's 14-1 and better bar those. Daryl, again, if I dare say, not the strongest race here at all. And I just looked there quickly that the 2 holds the 3, so either the 2 or a few.
On paper, the 2's the right horse because she holds the 3 quite comfortably by many lengths.
Yeah.
And she's a kilo and a half better off because of Rachel's allowance.
Yeah.
But, Lyle, that was over a mile. This is over 2,000. Now, I had a look at the dams. Now, the dam of number 2 only went 1/1400.
Okay.
The dam of number 3 1/1700, and the sire obviously over 2400. So I think there's more stain blood in number 3's lines than number 2. So would I be surprised to see number 3 reverse the form? Absolutely not. Then you got the likes of African Beauty. Now, she has been very disappointing, but it is 2,000 meters, and we don't know how she's going to go over the extra. Maybe she's looking for this sort of distance. On breeding, she certainly is. And then number 5. Now, going into the meeting yesterday at the Vol on Thursday, I would have said I don't like anything coming out of the Hats Lady form. I had my doubts, and that's why I was so bullish on Glamorous Lady.
Yeah, correct.
But Ambitious, what was it? Ambitious Lady.
Ambitious Lady.
Won from that form. And if you have a look at number 5, she's improving with each and every start.
Cheers.
The dam 1/1900, the sire 1/2000. She could be another that may be more effective over this sort of distance. So it looks like she's going the right way, and she's only having a 4th start. So I find this a little bit tricky. I'm hoping I'll get through. I mean, I've gotten as many as 4 runners. I'm sure I will.
I think you will. The others do need to improve quite a bit, don't they? So we do have that jackpot for you. Here's Daryl's jackpot. 2, 3, 4, and 5. That should get you through here. And then it's 1 and 2 by 2, 3, 5, and 6. 2, 5, and 9. The cost is 56 Rand, or 96 Rand, that is. Please, reminder, you can always add on if you've got a ruffy you want to put it in. Please, we'll be only too happy if you do. Jackpot 1, 13.55, race number 4. Race number 5 is another middle stakes here over 2,600 meters. If you do go on course there to Turffontein, go and stand there. It's lovely to watch the horses come past you on their first turn around. This is the first leg of the Jackpot 2 this afternoon, and number 8 sneak preview is the scratching. So 7 runners will be going down. Not a very long jog down to the start for them. It's about 200 meters past the winning line. Right, so betting has number 2, 20 drachmas, a 28-10 favorite. 3.75 to 1 about number 1, Good Counsel. It's 4 to 1 number 4, Mambo Camtesio, who's back in Joburg. 5 to 1 the 3, Battleground. Caddy Zora 7s, Quantifier 7 to 1, and Nuclear Force 7 to 1. I'm glad you're tipping this race. And you're chatting off here about Quantifier. You know, the fact that the Vanzels are bringing this horse up here.
Yes.
But obviously they're going to have to beat number 1 and 2.
Listen, Lyle, you know, I looked at my pick 6 perm and I said if I go as many as 4 or 5 in this race, I'm going to be taking a step back. Sometimes you just have to take a chance. But he happens to be my 3rd pick, Quantifier. If you want to go a little bit wider, I'd recommend putting him in because he's got no weight to shoulder. I don't know where the pace comes from in this race.
That's a good point. Very good point.
Yeah, so
maybe from
you know, we've
Quantifier.
seen the Vanzels raid with stayers in the past with distinction. Battleground was my 4th pick. I don't know if he needs 1 more. I thought maybe he does. So I only went numbers 1 and 2. Now on paper, people will say if I'm putting in the 2, I have to put in the 4, Mambo Camtesio, because it's actually, they've met 3 times in the past and it's 2-1 to Mambo.
Yes.
But on their latest encounter, 20 holds him quite convincingly, and 20 is more racing fit. So I just opted to go with him. You know, last time out, I liked his chances. I actually didn't like the win over there, the Aziz horse that went start to finish. But I actually think that's quite a decent sort, Poet's Warrior.
Oh, yes, Poet Warrior, yes.
Yeah, I think
there was that one, Gavin Road.
Yes.
And, you know, when I was on course that day, I remember speaking to someone, and I said, "Yeah, I like that Aziz horse." I said, no, the other one.
Oh.
So I think it is rated, by the way.
That
Yes.
was the one Musi Road was
the other one, yeah.
Breeze Over.
Yes, that's right. They like this
Yeah,
horse.
so I think we know that 20 drachmas, his course and distance effective, his fitness, his joint best weighted over here. But I backed him up with a stable companion, Good Counsel. Now last time out, I also liked his chances because he had no weight to shoulder, but he was caught at the back of the field. He didn't really make the others carry their weight, and he was staying on stoutly in his penultimate start on the inside track over a bit of distance. He moved up dangerously. Second run after a layoff, he'll be much fitter over here. And he's actually a galloper, so I'll be more than happy if Trent can bounce him and let him stride from the jump. So I'm hoping I'll get through over here. In order, I'm going 2-1, but if you want to go wider, please include as many as possible. My next two choices are 6 from 3.
All right, so Daryl's taking a stance here. 1 and 2 in race number 5, first leg of the jackpot 2. You can add more in 2, 3, 5, and 6, 2, 5, 7, 1, 3, and 4 in that final leg, and the cost there, 72 Rand. Race 6 gets underway at 15:10 this afternoon, merit rated 82 divided handicap, and they're racing over 1450. There are 2 scratchings here. Number 7, Hair Trigger, who won well last time, and the 8, Miraculous Man, needs a bit of rest after all his running. They are out. And number 3, Press On Regardless, Compression Mask goes on. Just 6 runners here. Betting has number 5, Do It With Diamonds at 5-2, 3-1, number 4, There's a Light, 7-2, number 6, Ombudsman, 9-2, 2 Copper Mist, Press On Regardless, 11-2, and the outsider of the party, number 1, Salute the Flag at 9-1. You know, again, I'm going to say, sometimes I love being on course and giving selections. I'm very glad you're doing this, right? Go right ahead.
Does he need a rest or does he need a retirement? Because we've seen him being retired in the past.
He's been retired. I've chatted to Grant. He wants to carry on. I think he should call it a day.
Yeah. Let's start with Dirt with Diamonds. I mean, she is a filly and she's in cracking form. Calvin takes the ride for Tony. She must be a factor over here. She's off a competitive mark. I mean, she's run places off the same mark. Press On Regardless. The son of Lancaster Bomber usually takes too much out of himself going down to the start. He's really tugs. If he's behaving and he goes down relaxed, I mean, he's got the compression mask on for the first time. Let's see how he goes. Then you got Copper Mist. He's obviously back in a handicap now.
Yeah.
Out at the weights last time out.
Yeah, wasn't the worst run in the world.
Wasn't the worst run. Have a look at his course and distance form, Lyle. He's 1 from 1.
Yeah.
And we know when Gavin teams up with Washong, I mean, 10 times for 3 wins and 4 seconds, they get Washong books him when he's ready to win. So I think he must be a factor here. Ombudsman interests me, and he's going to be my top pick, number 6. You know, I watched his win last time out very closely, and I don't know if you recall that race. Striker actually got squeezed out at a vital stage.
Yeah, it was a very competitive race. He
didn't get the clearest of passages, and I thought that was a good one to pick it up thereafter. So I think he could be better than his current rating. In a small field, I think Muzi will just slot him in, get some cover, and hopefully he'll be doing his best work where it matters most. Yeah, so I am going to go with Ombudsman. I think he's got a lot of scope for improvement. The others more or less are off their right mark. So in order, I'm going 6, 2, and Respect for 3 and 5.
All right, so let's have a look at the bet. You've turned me a bit. I'm liking number 2 after listening to you. So 2 and 6 in this pick 3, by 2, 5, and 9, by 1, 3, and 4, and that is 18 Rand. So that is the final pick 3 on the day, and that starts in race number 6. Race 7, I love saying this, so I'm going to say it. Take a bet, winner, number. Merit rated 99 handicap, divided handicap over 1,450 meters. No scratchings at this stage, 9 runners. Betting has number 2, We Are the Logans at 5-2. Joint favorite with number 9, Run for Cover. Interesting seeing Muzi Yeni there with 52 kilograms. 6, Willow Express, 9-2. 5's about number 8, Southern Blaze. And then it is 6-1, number 7, 2 Miles West. 14-1 and Better Bar those. So, I mean, besides the Futurist, you know, there's not much weight between these horses.
Yes, I think Washington's found a great race for Run for Cover. I mean, we know he's track and trip suited. 5 goes for 3 wins and a second, so he loves it, yeah. 52, he's not under sufferance. Neat draw. So this horse has got a lot in his favour, and we know that form line's working out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Few winners from there.
Good win.
In that same race, when he won last time out, was We Are the Logans. And strictly on paper, he should hold We Are the Logans because he beat him and he's better off at the weights. I think a kilogram better off it. Yeah. But you know what? I was very impressed with We Are the Logans' last win at the Vaal. I know he might be better up the straight because he tends to get going late. But last time out, you know, he was languishing behind the small field, the other runners. And 400 meters to go, he was already, it was race over for him. He was cruising. So I don't think that £5 penalty or 2.5 kilogram penalty will get the better of him. I think he could actually go back to back over here. But Lyle, if you like his chances, have a look at number 5 over here, Viva Spirit. On the Greet My Master run, Viva Spirit was having his first run after layoff, and he beat We Are the Logans, and he's as many as 5.5 kilograms better off with We Are the Logans. So on paper, you have to be favoring the outside over here at 16-1, Viva Spirit. But you know what? I'm going to go as far as to say that We Are the Logans. We know he's had the ability in the past. I think the penny has finally dropped for this 4-year-old. So although he's held at the weights by Viva Spirit and Run for Cover, I'm still going to be favouring number 2. But healthy respect for the 5 and the 9.
Yeah, that was a very good explanation. And number 2, you know, sometimes Gavin just gets horses to run. He gets one and they just change, doesn't it? He's a really, very strong jockey. Not that he was taking over from a mug in Pierce Stradum, that's for sure. All right, so 2, 5 and 7, or 2, 5 and 9, I should say. That's how Daryl's playing the exacta box. We Are the Logans, Viva Spirit at a good price, and number 9, Run for Cover at the bottom of the weights, and that'll cost you just R6 in race number 7. Race number 8 gets underway at 16:20, a novice handicap. It's over 1,600 meters, and this is, of course, the final race on the card. Scratch number 5, that's Fushimi Inari, that is out. Just 7 runs for our finale out here at Turffontein, and currently number 3, Chestnut Bomber, is your 5-2 favourite. Johan Janssen van Vieren, Gavin Lorena. It is number 8, Fireburst at 33-10. Then it's 7-2, number 1, Zip Code, who returns from arrest and gelding at 7-2, along with number 4, Wild Intent, 7-2, 17-2, number 7, Skittle Skies, 12-1 and better by those. First comment, Johan and Gavin together, that's a nice sign.
What's happened there now?
That's fantastic.
Have they kissed and made up?
Yeah, and it is one of Mr. Werner's horses, so let's hope they have.
No, I mean, how well have they done in the past? So,
unbelievably well.
Yeah. You know, this is a very nice horse, Chestnut Bomber. You know, he's only been over a mile once in the past. He won on that occasion, upstage in the short price favourite. Having his third run after layoff, Gavin in the irons from a neat draw. I mean, he must go very close to winning this. But if you like his chances, and I'm always a sucker for first up gelding, his Zip Code. Yeah. Now on paper, there's nothing separating the two. They've met in the past, and they've finished alongside each other, Lyle. So Zip Code actually got the better of Chestnut Bomber, and Zip Code's been gelded. Yeah. So if he's come on since then, there's a chance that he could actually confirm that form. Sure. If he's not in need of this run.
Yeah, they wanted 2 really eye-catching runs in his form.
Yeah. He's run against some really good horses.
And how many times when we're looking for form lines do we see Zip Code?
Yes, yeah.
He's strong.
Yeah, so I'll give him a chance. But the horse I'm leaning towards over here is Wild Intent. I thought he built on his debut effort because it was a shallow field. Although he won effortlessly, he stepped up in his second start because it was a handicap. Yeah. And he was far from disgraced. I mean, he got squeezed at the start. He made his run towards the middle of the track. Everything was focused hard up against the inside that day.
Yes, that day.
Striker got to that inside running rail and he just rode them to sleep. And this horse, Lyle, the damn Wild Ash, has thrown Khaki Boss, Namakwa Blossom. They stay all day.
Wasn't she with Joey Summer? Wild Ash. Was she with Joey?
I think Jeff Woodruff, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah. The Devachanders. Eh? So I think he's going to love the step up in trip. Marco's going to give him a quiet ride. And Marco likes to be thrown a bone with some meat on.
Yeah, he does.
For Lucky. So let's see how it goes. Obviously, I've got a healthy respect for number 1 and 3. I think this is the race of the day. Fireburst. I think Fireburst has to drift in the market because of a Glamorous Lady's effort yesterday. So I think 1, 3, and 4 to fight it out. Really keen to see how Wild Intent goes now that he's been stepped up in trip.
Right, there we go. Another exacta box for Daryl. 1, 3, and 4. The cost is R6. And remind you can always throw another one in if you want to. But I think both of us are on the fence about number 8, Fireburst. The current second favourite. We're preferring 1, 3, and 4 in the final race this afternoon.